Hey, Chris!
Yes, Craig.
Did it?
I know what that dance means.
You do know what this dance means.
It's comment show time, people. Oh, dear.
From now on, everybody, if you comment on our videos, try to use hashtag Craig and Chris, but also we have to pick a single comment from every video. That way we can actually keep this video watchable. Because, like, long videos are hard to watch.
Yes.
I mean...
and it helps if you keep talking.
Yeah. Shh. We love the comments, by the way.
I do.
We love them.
We love them.
So the first comment... Oh, wait, no. We got to say important information first. Important information. Let's get it out of the way. Go to craigandchris.com if you want to subscribe on YouTube.
Yes.
And if you want to follow our awesome stories and more,
and more.
Go to craigandchris.com/flipboard. That's right.
That's right.
So Flipboard's awesome.
It is. I like it.
All right. Heinz Hurry. He said a couple good things. This was from our Let's Play episode 26. He said, I'm not a gamer, yet I enjoyed watching part of this. You guys are funny, like Mystery Science 2000. Oh, he didn't say Mystery Science Theater 2000 funny, but we got it. In fact... This is a comment that we love so much that Chris texted me saying, we got another guy who say we are like Mystery Science Theater 2000.
That's huge. I mean, I love that show, so.
Dude, Soul Taker.
Soul Taker.
Soul Taker.
And the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was awesome.
Everything Mystery Science Theater. It's so awful. It's amazing. I love it.
It's worth getting Netflix just for that.
Thank you, Heinz Hurry. That was a hell of a compliment. Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate that. He also threw this out at the end of the video. He goes, I'm thinking the future will be full of experiences like this, meaning our video.
Okay.
What I mean in these games are so rich that even a non-gamer is entertained just watching, as long as you have a fully entertaining players like here. So now, let's go ahead 10 years and think of how advanced these games will be at the time. The games will be so good, I'm thinking non-gamers will actually pay professional players, kind of like to lead them through the experience because it's more than a game. So in the future, I would definitely want you guys to keep leaving and be leading me through these... Be leading me through these environments. That one was a little fuzzy at the end, but I thought that was kind of a cool idea. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool concept, and one I never thought of because I am a gamer, so...
Actually, we got confused with the whole Let's Play fad to begin with. We thought it was a fad. Actually, we got confused with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because like, when we were younger, we were like, why would we want to watch somebody play a game? Like, at first, that's what it was like. We were like so confused.
Watch us, though. I mean, I've had, like, brothers and sisters and cousins and stuff.
I know. I just never... for some reason, it was a complete disconnect for me at first.
I don't know either.
But now it's kind of cool. Actually, I've watched more Let's Plays since we started doing Let's Plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
than I would have ever thought. But it is. They're very cinematic
and not just for, like, research, but for entertainment value, too. So, I don't know.
Heinz makes an excellent point.
World's on its head.
Games are becoming more cinematic, more entertaining. Yeah. I could see people voluntarily saying, you know what? I can't play games. I suck at games. They're too complicated. I want to watch the story. And so they could watch the story. And that's a cool idea. Point.
Yep.
Cool idea. To you, Chris.
Okay. This one comes from our video on used games. And should you buy them?
Ha!
This is a comment from Sean Saint, who says, I used to buy used games a lot, though one day I saw a video by Total Biscuit where he goes into detail about new versus used, and the way he talked about it convinced me that it was just a completely bad idea. Now I don't buy used games anymore, I just won't. GameStop is rich enough, I would rather support the developers.
Now I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and it's true.
I'm not against buying used games. At all, actually.
Personally, I don't do it that way.
I think used games, like you said, are a great way to kind of jab certain developers, but you still want to play the game.
That's how I use it. I actually don't buy used personally. I actually am more the digital guy. I like buying the digital copy.
Well, you also have a lot of little kids at your house, like little brothers and sisters.
They're not so little anymore, so it's not really a problem, but now I just like it for convenience. It started, I got sick of them breaking my stuff.
We used to have talks back in the day, like we would never buy digital. It was like this really nerve-wracking thing, and now we're like digital enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. Like, because I love Steam, especially, like those types of environments. I hate Origin, because it's EA. See, that's a company I'll go buy a used game every time for.
Yeah.
But new, I'll buy like anything from Rockstar new. You know, and Titanfall, buy new. Even if there's a used copy available, buy it new.
Yeah.
You know, just to support the developer. But used consoles, we talked about that to death in the previous one. So what did he say? He said he used to buy. Did you watch that video?
I did watch it after he
the biscuit
posted a
one.
link to it.
I didn't see it.
And it was very good. He had insight not unlike yours because he worked at the UK equivalent of GameStop.
Yep.
I think it's just called Game. And he had pretty much the same opinion that they push real hard for the used, whether you come in for a used game or not.
It's the margin. The margin is so high. So high. It's like 6 times, 7. No, it's like 30 times if I recall. Because they make like $2 on a new game. But they buy a used game for like $10 and they sell it for $40.
Yeah.
Or $15 and sell it for $45. So it's about a 300%.
What don't
markup.
they sell in that place?
They're going to suffer. Okay, this industry is going to die the death of the video store.
I'm waiting for the day where they add 2 exits and they go, for $1 more you can use our premium exit.
Well, honestly, they're going to die the death of eventually the death of the video store. Because once DRM kicks in full force, which it's going to, guys, maybe not in this gen, but next gen, it's going to happen. Used game stores are... They're going to go by.
Well, and the digital's increasing. I'm pretty sure every major console now has first day release on digital as well. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, Thief, for example, even on 360 released this week.
See, that's exactly right. It's where everything's going. And,
it is.
And there's more money in it for the developers, and there's more money in it for all of the people involved in the gaming industry. And the only people who are going to lose out are they hate used game stores.
And on top of that,
I mean, these developers hate them.
To make matters worse, Steam, the Steam family share went up too. So
Yep. So, sorry. We won't miss you, GameStop. I will miss getting deals, but I won't miss GameStop. Okay, now this one is Zelda on Oculus Rift. This one's from Albert Meza, and he said something that actually kind of surprised me. I was surprised because I thought this was kind of a charm about it. He said, we're talking about the Oculus Rift. You could play the original NES Zelda. I had a look at the Oculus Rift Zelda video last night. It looks great, but what's the point of navigating a 3D environment when the baddies, or bad guys, you have to fight are rendered in 1D, not ready for prime time, in my humble opinion? Now, what he's meaning is the bad guys are flat. Right? They're not actually a 3D render of, even an 8-bit 3D render of the bad guys.
Yeah.
And I'm totally okay with this. Like, because the sword is flat, too. Like, all of the items that fall on the ground are flat. Everything is flat. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's it's like they took the whole Nintendo environment and just stood it up.
Yeah.
So the fact that the bad guys are flat, I'm like, that's cool.
Well, I mean, to me, it actually didn't even occur to me that they weren't 3D because I was just happy to see it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I think it shows more of what's possible, and that nothing has to be left behind. I mean, even though we've done it and we've covered that game for 20 odd years.
Yeah, I've beaten it like 10 times.
It could be fresh again with Oculus Rift. So I mean, any number of really cool games. Maybe not necessarily that one, but
I'm going to throw this out there because
Ocarina of Time. That one had one I saw the other day.
Ooh.
So it wasn't finished. It only had the first village you start in, the little Kokori Forest or whatever.
Right. I'm going to throw this out there too on this. What about Paper Mario?
Yeah, but that one's supposed to be that way. So
that's what I think it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
I think it's that effect, that papery thin effect. I think it's.
We were more jazzed about it just because of know, the promise.
True. Back to you, Chris.
Okay, this one's from the Irrational Game Shutdown video, and this is by Errol Willoughby. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I hope I said that right. And he says that he's never played BioShock series, but he's heard a lot about them. Which, if you get a chance, at least play the first one.
At least play the first one.
I haven't played Infinite yet. Heard it was really good.
I'm going to have to go play it now. Everybody told me to.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where there's so much good stuff. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
But he does say that he's curious to see their new work, which sounds like a choose-your-own-adventure game. He used to love those types of books when he was growing up.
I remember those.
And he's sure that they'll be a big hit with the kids and young adults.
Well,
That's not necessarily, and not to turn your attention to a different game developer, but that's not. It doesn't have to be for kids and young adults. Look at the Walking Dead series by Telltale, and The Wolf Among Us, which I love.
And those are both kind of build your own stories, right?
Those are like they're more like the old school adventure things where it's less. It's more you pick the line and then you can go this way, go that way, and it's more like quick time event story thing.
The adult version of those shows those books was supposed to be like the BioWare. All of your decisions determine the outcome of the game. It was kind of like you're building your own adventure.
Yeah, and that's what these games are like. You pick this way, that way.
And actually, Dragon Age 2 did a decent job of it, but they all kind of come together the same at the end. Wasn't that how it was in the books, too? Were they completely different?
The books?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I had several where you take this way and it's like, you are dead, start over, go back to page 21.
See, that's not a bad idea, actually.
And choose left.
Okay, let's see what we got.
How bad is it when you go back to page 21, you pick the same choice because you still believe in it?
Yeah, I've never beaten that game or finished that book because I keep going back and making the same decision. This is the Wii U video. Okay? Chad Kaniski, Nasinski. I always have trouble with that guy. Nasinski?
Probably a silent K.
Wow. Chad Nasinski says, I have a Wii U and love it. I have a young one and it's perfect for kids. Also, my wife and I can compete against each other. She likes the controller because it's simple, unlike the Xbox and PS4. We also watch movies via Amazon Prime. There's as well as rent kids movies for our daughter. I was thinking about getting an Xbox or PS4, but why? This suits our needs as a family. Well, Chad, I'm going to be doing my Wii U review this week. Mm-hmm. So make sure you guys tune in all this week. But there's a lot of things you said here that I agree with. But it's not just for kids. And that's kind of what you kind of hinted at. But I have to be honest with you, I've been very pleased with it so far. So.
And it is, I mean, the fact is...
He's got to poke around it.
Nintendo is a perfect, like, Nintendo and Sims are, like, the best gateway for people.
The gateway system.
Actually, hearing your comment kind of made me think of this. I think it's more that the other games are not so much confusing, so much intimidating. And I think people tend to get confused when they see us get frustrated at something that we're enjoying, and we curse it out or something. Like they just, that's no fun. And so I think a part of it is just, like, the games tend to be more scary. Like, take Last of Us or something.
Dead Rising 3.
Dead Rising. And when we get frustrated, I think maybe that makes people think we're not having a good time when we are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the adrenaline rush. People don't get that.
So they'll turn it down. But if you get them hooked on something like that and then build them up.
I'm going to throw this out here. I've actually not had more frustration with a modern current gen system, including next gen, like Xbox One, than I've had with my Wii U games. Because
you've been more frustrated with that?
They are so... I forgot how challenging a good Nintendo game is. The puzzles are sometimes a nightmare to solve.
Well, I would say more like...
But they're like intense. I know what you mean. They're like intense
but
on the next gen.
I'm not even talking about how they actually are. I'm talking about their appearance.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
If I'm not being...
That's true, because I've been playing the Wind Waker HD, and it looks like a cartoon. They're like, oh, that's cute and fluffy and awesome.
I want to try it.
I want to try it, and it, like, when you play it, it just makes you want to rip your eyes out, because it's so hard.
Yeah, if they see, like, Gears of War, where, like, you screw up and you get chainsawed in half, they're like, oh, that's too hardcore for me.
No, thank you.
But it really might not be.
Oh, boy. Was that the last one?
I think that might have been.
Woo! Maybe we got close to our 10-minute mark today. Thank you guys all for your awesome questions or comments. We're not even close, are we?
Close.
Okay.
Do it quickly.
As always, make sure you subscribe at craigandchris.com, and thanks for coming out. And always, we have awesome videos coming out all week long, so make sure you join us for our daily show. Till next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.